Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Average Joe's 3D. Today's episode is about the Prusa Mk3. Got the Prusa Mk3 back in September, October. Probably the most expensive printer I've ever gotten. I got the kit, so I put it together, and it printed well for 2 months or so. In December, I started having a problem with oozing. If you can take a look here, there we go. You can see that the filament, at first I didn't know where it was coming from, and then it appears that the filament was oozing in between the coolant here and the heat block here and dripping down onto everything. Really bad. So I went ahead and tried to tighten it up. So we tried to tighten it up, but unfortunately the cable management on a Prusa is really, really tight. And what I mean by that is there's no slack in any of the wires, especially the heater core and your temperature probe. There's no slack. Let me show you what I mean here. And so accessing it so much, unfortunately, I broke some of the wires in the heater. Now, to get to it, you just can't reach underneath. You have so much going on that you have to take this off, which I've become an expert at. And then you have to take this off. There we go. Which is the coolant for the PLA. Here we go. Taking this off 50 times easily. And then you gotta take off the front here to access everything. Okay. Now the problem is everything moves. Okay. So that means that when you're trying to just tighten something up, the block is going to move. If you're just trying to tighten this part up here, this part's going to move, and the wires along here are going to move. And if you try to tighten it enough or try to adjust enough, the wires that you see right here are going to break. And then not only is this part not working now, but your thermistor's not working and the heater's not working as well. And the only way that you can try to adjust this part without having that move is to use either a wrench or adjustable like this and put it on the block to hold it in place like that to move this part. Well, the only problem is the wires are right here, so if you put any kind of wrench here, chances are you're compressing wires and you're ruining them. And so after adjusting it 2 or 3 times, I had to go ahead and get new heaters, which I did. Still didn't work. So I went ahead and bought all the parts. $70 in parts from Prusa. And then I kept these a little bit looser, a little bit more slack, so I could make adjustments. And I was still having an oozing problem. So I tightened this up as much as I could against the block. Because I understand that the nozzle is supposed to press against this part and seal it up, but it's not. It's not coming down through the block enough. So I tightened it all the way against the block, put the nozzle in place, turned it on, and you know what happened? Now, my heater core is broken. Alright? So now that I put a wrench on this part to tighten that up so it wouldn't ooze anymore, when I go to try to preheat, it won't go above, I don't know, 97. And then as the wires move around, it causes it to move the wires, cool down, and not print. So this is the 15th adjustment I've done, and now I've broken the heater core again. unlike an Ender 2 or a CR10, which has what, 2 screws, and you're into everything right away, and you can adjust your slack. This is such a complicated process. I don't know if I'm ever going to get this going correctly the way it was before. I've replaced the thermistor, the heater core, all of the hot end. I still can't print with it. I've been playing with it for about a month, a little bit more than a month. I haven't been able to print yet. So let me know if you're having the same frustration that I am with the Prusa and being able to work on it, because as far as it's going right now, and I've been doing printers for 2 years, putting them together, building them, adjusting them. I have Enders and CR10s, so you know that takes a lot of maintenance to keep them going. So I'm not afraid to take something apart and put it back together and have it work, but I can't take this apart and put it back together and have it work. It doesn't work. So it's like I wasted $1,000 on this kit, which was $700, and I got the multimedia, which hasn't come to me yet, which is another couple $100, and I don't know if I'll be able to use it reliably like I can my other printers. It just is beyond frustrating at this point. So that's how I'm starting out 2019, by not being able to print. If you guys have any suggestions, please let me know in the comments below. And I appreciate you sitting through this rant of frustration I'm having with the printer. You guys have a great day.